Would you please consider subscribing to my channel and giving my video a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate it.
Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a vast and beautiful meadow surrounded by lush forests and sparkling rivers. This meadow was home to all kinds of animals, big and small, fast and slow, fierce and gentle. They lived together in harmony, sharing the land and the resources it offered. However, despite their peaceful life, there was one thing that troubled them. They had never left the meadow, and no one knew what lay beyond the distant mountains that stood tall on the horizon. In this meadow lived a young lion cub named Leo. Leo was curious by nature. Every day, he would sit on a large rock and gaze at the mountains, wondering what secrets they held. He often asked the older animals about the world beyond, but no one had ever been there. "It's too dangerous," they would say. "Why leave the safety of our meadow when we have everything we need right here?" But Leo wasn't satisfied with that answer. He dreamed of adventure and exploring the unknown. One day, while watching the clouds roll over the mountains, Leo made a decision. He would embark on a journey to discover what lay beyond the mountains, no matter how dangerous it might be. He knew he couldn't go alone, so he set off to find some friends who would join him on his grand adventure. The first animal Leo approached was Tilly, a clever and fast cheetah who loved running through the fields. "Tilly," Leo said excitedly, "I'm going on a journey to explore the world beyond the mountains. Will you come with me?" Tilly's eyes widened with surprise. "Beyond the mountains? That's a big adventure, Leo. But I've always wondered what was out there too. Count me in." Next, Leo went to find Ollie, a gentle elephant who was known for his wisdom and strength. "Ollie," Leo said, "I'm going to explore the mountains. I could use your help." Ollie smiled warmly. "It sounds like quite an adventure, young Leo. I'd be happy to join you. We'll need each other's help out there." Together, Leo, Tilly, and Ollie gathered a few more friends. Momo, a playful monkey who could climb anything. Penny, a sharp-eyed parrot with colorful feathers who could fly high and see far. And Benny, a small but brave rabbit who could dig through the earth. With their team ready, they set off early one morning as the sun rose over the meadow, casting a golden glow on the mountains they were about to explore. As they journeyed through the forest, the group worked together, each using their unique skills. Tilly led the way, her speed helping them avoid tricky terrain. Momo climbed trees to gather fruit for everyone to eat, and Penny flew above to keep an eye out for any dangers. Ollie carried heavy supplies on his back, while Benny dug small tunnels to help them find water. Leo, being the natural leader, made sure everyone stayed together and encouraged them whenever the path became difficult. After many hours of traveling, the group reached the foot of the towering mountains. The sight was both magnificent and intimidating. The mountains were much bigger up close, their peaks hidden by clouds. "We've come this far," Leo said confidently. "We can make it over these mountains if we work together." And so, they began their climb. The journey up the mountain was tough, with steep cliffs and narrow paths. There were moments when they had to stop and rest, but no one complained. They were determined to see what lay on the other side. Ollie used his strength to lift the smaller animals over high rocks, and Momo climbed ahead to scout the best paths. Penny flew above, warning them of any loose rocks or dangerous ledges, while Tilly used her speed to fetch help whenever someone fell behind. Finally, after a long and exhausting climb, the group reached the top of the mountain. They stood in silence for a moment, gazing out at the breathtaking view before them. On the other side of the mountain was a land unlike anything they had ever seen. It was a vast valley, filled with lush green fields, sparkling lakes, and tall trees that stretched toward the sky. There were also new animals they had never encountered before, deer, zebras, and even a family of giraffes grazing peacefully by a lake. "This is incredible," Tilly exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder. Leo's heart swelled with pride. "We did it," he said, turning to his friends. "We made it beyond the mountains." But their adventure wasn't over yet. As they descended into the valley, they were greeted by a group of friendly animals who lived there. One of them, a wise old giraffe named Greta, welcomed them warmly. "Welcome to the Valley of Harmony," she said. "We've been waiting for someone from the other side to visit us. It's been many years since anyone made the journey across the mountains." Leo and his friends were curious about this new place, and Greta explained that the Valley of Harmony was a special land where animals from all over the world lived together in peace. They shared the land, just as the animals in the meadow did, and worked together to make sure everyone had what they needed. Greta then shared an important message with them. There is much to learn from the animals who live here. Each one has a unique way of surviving and thriving, just like you. The valley and the meadow are connected in ways you cannot see, and by understanding the animals here, you'll also learn more about yourselves. Over the next few days, Leo and his friends explored the valley, meeting new animals and learning about their different ways of life. The zebras taught them how to work together as a group, the deer showed them the importance of staying alert and protecting one another, and the giraffes taught them the value of patience and seeing things from a higher perspective. As the group spent more time in the valley, they realized that the journey wasn't just about discovering new places. It was also about understanding the importance of friendship, teamwork, and learning from others. Each animal they met had something special to share, and by working together, they were able to overcome any challenges that came their way. After many days of exploration, it was time for Leo and his friends to return to their meadow. They had learned so much from the animals in the Valley of Harmony and were excited to bring that knowledge back to their home. As they climbed back over the mountains, they felt stronger, wiser, and more united than ever before. When they finally returned to the meadow, they were greeted with cheers and applause from the other animals. "Tell us about your adventure," they cried. Leo stood proudly in front of his fellow animals and began to share the story of their journey, the challenges they had faced, the friends they had made, and the lessons they had learned. He spoke about the importance of teamwork, friendship, and the value of exploring beyond what is familiar. From that day on, the animals of the meadow and the valley stayed connected, sharing knowledge and working together to create a better life for everyone. And Leo, the once curious lion cub, became known as the bravest and wisest leader the meadow had ever seen. And so, the animals of the meadow and the valley lived in harmony, knowing that no matter how different they were, they could always learn from one another and work together to overcome any obstacle. The end.